Back. Are y'all ready for this show? Before I say that, did y'all enjoy the music? Did y'all enjoy the little break that we gave? I like what Sandy Park said. She said the song. What did she say? The song in the break time was like the cherry on the cake. I have to agree with you, Sandy. I mean, it's just something about that music, and they can listen to this music. How often and where can they find it?
Yes, so if you download the LV with Val app, you can listen to music just like that 24/7. We also have a bunch of talk shows all week long, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we have music 24/7 on the LV with Val app or lvwithval.com. During our shows, I do try to pick songs that go with the conversation. So if you notice, we had a Keke Palmer song. Yeah. Because we were talking about Keke Palmer. So I try to make it make sense.
You make it make sense.
Yeah.
You are in my opinion, an awesome executive producer. Come on here.
Thank you.
Abigail.
I give myself an applause.
Oh God, I'm so full of it. Well, guys, it's time for the show. We're gonna do the intro for our guest. I don't want to do it. That's his job to bring on. Y'all saw their picture.
No. I want you to do the intro today. I want you to introduce your guest on your show.
You think you want to do it?
Yeah. Just
Bring them on in here.
Yeah, go on, do your thing.
I'm gonna do my thing. All righty. Without further ado, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna ask Christina if she can look into that camera.
Don't use my stuff.
Baby, hold on. Don't jump back in. I got this. If you can look into that camera right there. Tell the people who you are, where you came from, and why are you on the Love and Victory show this morning?
Okay, my name is Christina Price, and a lot of people don't know I'm from New Orleans. I don't think I ever mentioned that on here. I am from New Orleans. Been in Houston.
I think they probably know. They kind of hear the little twang. They hear something.
Really?
You don't hear?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
She's being sweet and modest right now. Wait till she get mad.
Right. Look, that's when it comes out.
Yeah.
But yes, I've been in Houston 2.5 years, and Val is my dear friend that I met, and we have an amazing story how we met. I think we shared it before, but
let's share it again.
Yeah.
You never know where you're gonna meet someone that is truly sent to you by God.
By God. Yeah, I don't care how it starts. Sometimes you have to give people the benefit of the doubt. And when you just stay nice and just true to who you are and you're genuine, you never know what you get out of situations. And just because something may start off rocky does not necessarily mean, it's going to be a bad relationship or I have to stay away from this person. Just have discernment and just let things play out, but still be, nice, kind, and still be yourself.
You never know what people had in that particular moment.
And that exactly, just sometimes get past that little rough patch a little bit, and amazing things can happen.
You ain't that man.
and here's the disclaimer I want to put in there: the rough patch was not with us.
Yeah,
the rough patch was with someone else. Fortunately enough, she came in with the grace,
right?
And so that friendship just evolved. Yes. So welcome, Christina.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, always. And you can catch Christina every Saturday. What's Saturday?
Every second Saturday.
Every second Saturday.
Every second Saturday.
Is this the second Saturday?
I know already.
Is it?
Yes. Every second Saturday you can catch Christina. And
oh yeah, because we had a fire show last week, men's show.
Oh, we're not talking about the men's show.
My bad.
Okay.
That was first
last but not least, my sister, my friend.
We're co-parenting.
We share in our wonderful daughter. Please, Jennifer, tell them about you and what brings you to the show.
Jennifer Barnes, and I sometimes say that I'm the last minute fill-in guest, which I fine with. Love it.
You're never let me tell you something. You never fill in. You always are someone that we want on the show.
Well, thank you. I actually really like coming here, and she knows I do. But I am Abigail, the fine, very modest executive producer. I'm her mother. And so I feel like coming on about motherhood, you could just, I can't BS too much because, I got somebody
The
to say,
proof is
oh,
in
no,
the
you
pudding
didn't.
right
Oh,
there.
yes, you
Right.
did. Thankfully you like her. So that already elevates me too.
Oh,
I did a good job.
I'm going to tell you, you did an excellent job because Abigail on day one walked through this door like she was the boss. And I sat back in my office and I loved how she was handling those guys and handling people. But she did it with such respect, but boldness. And I was like,
Oh, she tells, hey,
okay.
I pay the bills and she lives with me. And she tells me what to do all the time.
Oh, no, Mom. We're going to talk about that's motherhood. We're going to talk about
And
that.
I'm like, what happened? Did I do too good of a job? I'm not really sure. Why is she so bossy?
She turned it into me.
So I told you the first time I met Abigail that she's the one.
You did say that. You did say that.
Yeah, this is what happens. Like she will talk to me from down the hall where I can't hear her in her room.
Uh-huh.
Mom, blah, 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 blah. I can't hear you. Blah, blah, blah. I can't hear you. She's, well, come in my room.
Oh,
Like, all right.
God.
But if I do it, if
Why
I
are you
call down the hill,
yelling?
no, if I'm calling that, she goes, I can't hear you. Come in my room. Either way, I have to go to
You
her.
have to go to her.
She never comes to me. I'm like,
Well,
wait a
we're going to
minute.
talk about the journey
Something
of
wrong with
motherhood.
that picture.
Okay, something wrong with it. We're going to get on that. And now we're going to do that acronym and get this show going. Hey, guys, make sure you are commenting in here as we go through the show. We're going to come back and we're going to answer some of your questions. If you have questions for us, please put them in the comments.
Yes. So as you guys know, we do the acronym to kind of set the tone for the conversation. Today's conversation is the journey of motherhood. The word for the acronym of the day is capable.
Mhm.
C is for courageous, brave, undeterred by danger or pain. A is for allegiant, very loyal. P is for powerful, strong, having a lot of influence. A is for amenable, open to suggestion. B is for bracing, invigorating, strengthening. L is for logical, conclusion derived via sound reasoning, face-based reasoning. E is for earnest, honest, and sincere.
All righty then.
Mhm.
Okay, so did that get y'all ready for this conversation?
So mothers are logical.
Huh?
They're supposed to be. I'm just kidding.
They're
Yeah,
supposed- Better settle down.
See, we are
You got a few in the
allowing.
room.
We are allowing. Y'all know, we're gonna need everybody out there to help us keep Brother Carter.
They don't need to help
Oh,
y'all.
Jesus, help Brother Carter.
Yeah,
help
I
us
need
help
John and all the rest of the men to help me.
Brother. Well, we're gonna get this show
My
going.
motherhood.
The journey of motherhood.
Mhm.
Actually, this was really important to me, this topic, when we were sitting up determining how we were going to set this show up.
Mhm.
Because the journey of motherhood is just what it is. It's a journey. It evolves. It's not something that you get a blueprint from. It's not something that, you automatically, when you have that child, you know what to do.
Yeah.
I think of my first child, I was petrified. I was a child myself, having a child, and I just knew when I looked at that child, I love him. I know I was responsible for him and I wanted to do my best. But what did that look like? So when you guys heard the title, I always ask this, when you heard the title, The Journey of Motherhood, what did you think about?
Myself, I thought, well, so Abby just turned 25,
Mm.
right? And so I think when you're younger, you think you're done at some point, but you're a mother forever. Like the journey never ends,
It
right?
So
never
you don't graduate?
Absolutely not. Have you graduated from fatherhood?
Yes.
No. In your mind.
Right.
In your mind. Didn't you just have something you had to deal with the other day? Nah, we would love to.
It's evolving.
It evolved. It goes
Yeah.
to different levels.
And that's what I initially thought of when I heard the title. I thought about the different stages you have to serve motherhood in, because when they were 5 and little toddlers, you were a different type of mother you had to be. But now my son, he's 18. There's a different type of mother I have to be. So it's kind of like I'm learning this season of motherhood, which is totally different from what we used
So
to
the
do.
journey continues.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes. And so when I want us to have this conversation because there are some new mothers out there. There are some mothers that are struggling, and there are some mothers that are really trying to just figure this thing out. If you guys can choose one word to start this conversation off with, what would it be? I'm going to say, I'll put mine out there. Patience. Patience. Motherhood is, you're going to have a lot of patience. So I'm going to say my one word is patience. What's yours, Jennifer?
Oh my.
I'll come back to you.
For
Thank
new
you.
mothers, I would say become a mentee.
Minty.
Yeah, that would be my word.
Minty for a new mother?
For a new mother.
Okay.
Because if you've never been a mother before, how do you know how to be a
So get with
mother?
someone that
Get
is
with
a mother.
somebody who is a mother who can help navigate you through that. And it's okay to ask.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times as mothers, you think, okay, as soon as my baby comes, this is my first one, I'm
Mhm.
supposed to know how to be a mother.
Right.
Not necessarily.
Shouldn't it come naturally?
No.
To a certain extent.
The
The nurturing
the
come
nurturing
naturally.
comes naturally.
For some.
The mothering, for some. That's exactly
Mhm.
right. Well, let me ask a question. Since you are saying that, do you think fatherhood comes natural?
No, we come and go.
Okay.
Fathers come and go.
No. See, that's
we're not a. Well, I'm not
no,
gonna say
see,
that. I'm not
that's
gonna
okay.
say
yeah, but
that's
that's
right.
the-
So I just want to, when I think of motherhood and fatherhood, I think of the jungle, and I see the animals in the jungles out, and all the animals cling to their mothers. They don't cling to the father. The father is gone and doing what he want to do. He probably gonna make other children somewhere else.
That's
But
your
I'm
view.
just-
That's
I'm
your
just-
experience. Because I do.
that's not my experience.
No, I didn't say. But I mean is that
That's a
what I
Black
mean
culture
by that.
experience.
I do believe that there are some great fathers out there.
for sure.
So I really like to when we make statements like that, I do want to make sure.
But this not about fatherhood. This is about motherhood. This ain't about
You know what,
fatherhood.
Y'all see.
So just stick with the mothers.
Okay, well, you went on there about,
I said, shouldn't it come natural?
and
Could be a mother.
we're saying no
Yeah.
Do it come
Well,
natural
for a
be
man.
father?
Yeah,
This ain't about
but
fatherhood.
it's still humans. So does it become natural for a man to be a father?
See there, y'all done got me in this already. see what y'all did.
Come on, jump in there.
I hate to do this. I was actually gonna agree with Brother Carter.
Oh
I
God.
was gonna say confidence because, like, I was scared to death to have a child. I didn't even never plan on having kids, and then
Well,
here I
was-
am.
I think
But
we
it just-
all were. I was scared too.
But then it just happens, and you just do it, right? You just figure it out.
But it comes back to, that's my baby.
Mm.
I want to give my baby the best.
The best, right?
But I don't have a clue of what the
But
hell
that
I'm doing.
feeling of wanting to give your baby the best comes naturally.
Yeah,
right?
but
Like, you
just because
wanna
I
do
feel that way don't necessarily mean I'm giving a child a best.
Yes.
Like I'm,
Oh,
you know
right.
what I'm
Well,
saying?
you
Like
do the best you can.
I'm feeding them rice at 2 months because
That's all you have.
because it's like it keep crying and like maybe it's hungry, so let me just put some rice in the bottle at 2 months, and it's like I'm doing the best. Like this is the best.
Yes,
I'm giving them the rice, but
yes.
I'm
hurting
hurting
my
the child.
baby.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it goes. I love that. That's a good. I like that. So about.
Am I still alive?
I want to go back to Brother Carter since he, I'm not going to let you off the hook. You said that shouldn't it come natural for the
Mhm.
woman? I'm going to say to you again, and any other male that's out there,
Yeah,
does fatherhood come natural to a man?
I think it's different for male versus female. You literally carried this child for 9 months or whatever the case may be. I didn't have to carry that child. You've been nurturing this child from the beginning. And so that's why I say this ought to come natural for you to just naturally and it don't happen in all cases. I understand that. Some people just some mothers are just not ready to be mothers and they get a child away and all these different type of things. You know what take place. And so, but on the surface of things, I think it should be natural for a woman to naturally know how to care for a child.
I think you
Yeah.
naturally will bond with something that you're carrying. You
Yeah.
should bond.
I may not be putting the right words together.
No, that's
but
the
I-
right words,
Yeah.
and but you forget about, and that's how people automatically think,
yes.
and that's how men think that it naturally happens, but sometimes it's not. That's why a lot of women suffer with postpartum depression because nobody hears her, and she suffers in it because you feel like, oh, well, you carried the baby 9 months, you automatically supposed to feel this way about your baby, and that's not naturally what happens with the body.
And a lot of times you don't know, and you don't know what
I wouldn't know.
But that's what we've been screaming for the longest. Like, we're depressed,
and you really don't understand. A lot of times, you don't know the state that woman is in while she's carrying that child. So there may be something that has traumatically happened to her that she's not able to connect and bond with that child that's in that wound at that time. So
and depending, you could have resentment.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Now you're depending on your situation.
Yes,
or what that child did to your body.
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
You had to go through to get it here.
Yes,
right.
Yes,
and some people have a tougher time than others.
Yes,
and or your relationship, right? Did somebody walk out when you became pregnant, and now you're doing this on your own? I mean, everybody's circumstances is different.
And I thank you. And I think that is a part of the journey of being a mother. So we've had the baby. The baby is here. Now we're getting into the developing, the nurturing, and the growing. Mothers, I think motherhood is probably one of the toughest jobs that we ever have. It's a job that there is no day off. I think that there is no day off. It is the lowest paying job. We do a lot of free work.
Also the most rewarding.
Yes, but I think
the most rewarding.
But I do think that it is one that is probably one of the most rewarding jobs. It goes back to what you put into something is what you're going to get out of it. Let's talk about motherhood journey. You have a male, you have a son, and you have a daughter.
You have one too? You only have one?
Just one.
Oh, yeah. And everyone says that, and I even hate it. You only have one?
Right. But I'm open to have more now.
You are?
I am. Oh, that's a huge thing. Yeah. But I've been thinking about it. Because a lot of the men that I date or talk to, all of them are single. Like, they don't have any kids. It's so
you
crazy.
want to give them children?
I mean, of course, when I get married, he's going to be looking at me for kids. So
let's talk about that. At what point in your life?
But you said men, so I mean, you want to give all the men you dated a child.
Just one special one.
Let's talk about when do you? Because you said you have an 18-year-old now.
Yes.
And then now with an 18-year-old that has gone off to college. And I appreciate you bringing that up. You're still in a place that you would want to have another child. How does that feel? Or what mindset?
Oh my God. It's different because it just reminds me of growth and the place that I was in before, just broken and still having certain level of resentment because of my experience, with birthing my son and just the whole situation, being a single mother, and that kept me to the point to where I was like, I don't want to have any more kids. I don't want to go through this anymore. But I had to realize my situation is going to be different because I know different things than what I knew back then.
So let's talk about you, if you don't mind. How old were you when you had your
18.
18. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So 18.
I was a little older.
18 and 18. And you're right, because now you're not that, because at 18, I think about when I had my child at 18. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Unprepared mentally, just emotionally.
And wanting to do it, wanting to show up, and be that grown woman, mother.
But I'm still a child.
I'm still a child.
I'm still a child with a child still needing to be parented, nurtured myself. And now I have this young child here that I'm responsible for. So yeah, wow. Let's talk the same question to you.
Oh, I was 10 when I had her, clearly.
Clearly.
She's joking.
I was 25, so do the math. Yes. But I wasn't a little different. I was married and but still young. 25. I felt young.
Yes. You're still trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah. And she wasn't necessarily planned, but my marriage wasn't great. And as soon as she was born, that took precedence. Right.
Right.
And so her father at the time, he he was in the military, so we're in the military,
Mhm.
doing the moving around stuff.
Yeah.
And there was shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
And I basically was like, shenanigans keep happening. I now have another human that I got to take care of,
Mhm.
and she actually needs me.
Mhm.
So I can't mother you. So if
Mhm.
these shenanigans keep happening,
Yes.
I'm going to take my little bundle and I'm going to leave.
Leave.
Mhm.
Because if I'm going to do it alone, I'm going to do it alone
Mhm.
without having to worry about you. And so
And that's
eventually what
that's,
happened.
that's another thing that motherhood take place. You have to mother the fathers for your children as well.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
and that's really what's so
That's pathetic.
Ooh, it ain't got that right.
I'm glad it came from him.
I 100% agree with you.
Pathetic.
And it's really good when you as a man
Yeah.
can call that out. But we women do have to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that, and then you're expected to show up, be present, feel good, be happy when you're dragging along weight.
Yeah.
And you're trying to carry weight.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
But that's why I think it's important that men get the certain help that they need in order to learn how to be a father and a husband, and how to cultivate that whole family dynamic.
Let's talk about why, and Brother Carter, if you don't mind, because we are talking about motherhood, but there is a journey, because I almost want to turn this into parenting.
Absolutely.
There is a journey. Why is it that some men, I think today they're more open to it, but why do men struggle with getting therapy? And why do they have a problem with,
how you go there?
because I need to, because it all affects, it all affects what we're doing, how we're showing up for our children. So why is that men struggle with therapy or even just owning their issues?
I don't think that's just men.
But I'm gonna get to the women, but I want to see.
Okay.
Sister, come on.
I'm gonna try to break this down as best as I can regulate.
That's okay. It's a good word.
It's a new word.
Don't
Put in
say
the dictionary.
Don't say
Don't you
nothing.
say a word.
Don't you say nothing about my man words.
Write it down.
So, I think for most young men coming up, we're grown up to figure it out. When you're a little boy, you fall in the dirt and get hurt, and you were told to get up, dust yourself off, stop all that crying and all this kind of stuff, and being labeled as something that's got to be careful.
Yeah.
today, 'cause
Yeah. You're being
this ain't-
labeled as being
this is
weak.
not- yeah.
You're being
Help
soft.
me out. Help me
Yeah,
out.
we got being soft, or being a baby or
Yeah.
whiny. Yeah, okay.
And so
Y'all
being,
read between the lines. That's
Yeah.
Brother Carter.
and so
Okay.
so being compassionate and loving and nurturing is something that we don't have naturally, just built in us as
You're
men.
kind of raised to be opposite of that.
Yeah.
You're raised
Right.
to be tough. So
Right.
it's hard to flip the switch when you're
Right.
a child.
Yeah, because this is all you've been taught all your life is,
But you have sons and daughters, right?
right.
Was it different with your daughters than your sons?
For sure.
Yes.
I feel like
Yeah.
men are like, oh, my little girl's
Yes.
Yeah. And it's different. They always used to say, yeah, you could treat the girls differently.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you want to make your sons, you
Yeah.
want to tough
Right.
them up.
But that's doing the same thing that happened to you.
Right. Well, that's
So
That's all I knew.
that goes back to, but that proves my point
But
right
this
there.
is this is not a male bashing conversation that's taking place right
Yeah,
here
but,
today.
but I want y'all to see how
This is
easy-
a natural instinct conversation that we're having today.
right. We're not bashing anyone.
No,
we're
that's
getting,
why I
we're
want to
getting
let the
this right.
men know. I don't want y'all to get all nervous and everything.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that men have to own their stuff and go through counseling. My question is, why do they struggle? with-
Counseling is something that's just not naturally there. It's more.
But you keep bringing
I know,
men keep bringing. Your relationship is not going to be whole
Right.
until you get to a place that
So you
you're-
deal with the little boy, just
Yes,
like you
and-
have to deal with the little girl.
Yes, but
And-
women are more acceptable with speaking to someone than men. And I think the biggest problem is a lot of times men don't want to own their shit.
I think
Y'all
I
don't
think
be
it's more
nervous.
like pride and ego with a man.
Okay,
because
that
it
go
makes
back
me
to what I was
feel
saying.
less than a man if I go and sit and talk to this other man, or I'm talking to this woman about problems. I'm not supposed to have problems. I'm supposed to be tough.
Mm.
You know, I'm a man. Like, I'm supposed to have this all together.
Mhm.
I'm gonna feel weak and I'm gonna look weak in front of this individual talking about my problems. You better suck that stuff up.
Come on.
You know?
Yeah.
And
And
that's how they feel.
then you it's a twofold situation too.
Mhm.
You know, we're taught not to, like you say, take our problems to, we won't even go to the pastor, talk to the pastor about our problems. So we sure ain't going to a stranger. And so if I am in a relationship and we go to a therapist, and the therapist is a female, and she tend to agree with me more than she
Mhm.
agree with my wife,
Yeah.
then that's going to create another problem right
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Vice versa. If we go to a male and he just want to agree with Val, and which is what happens often.
What are
And-
you trying to say?
No, I mean,
Oh,
Because she's always right.
no, not her particularly. I'm
Yeah,
talking
well,
about
female.
being, I've seen a lot of relationships break up because of going to counseling.
Mhm.
And the man or the pastor agrees with the wife more because he's have some
Right.
thoughts in his head,
Right.
but that's when
and it changed the whole dynamic of the whole
situation.
situation.
Yeah.
Where we're trying to get to a place where we come to this pyramid of life
Actually being torn apart.
action.
Well, for me, what I actually feel about that is I do think that shouldn't be a reason that you don't go to counseling. Maybe we should start off, or maybe, and when I say we, everyone, that the Carter crew,
Mhm.
we're all a part of this family, this journey. So I don't want you guys to ever feel like when Brother Carter and I are sitting up here, we're up here talking about our problems.
Mhm.
We may have had some experiences, or we may have or be going through something this morning, but we're all going through it together.
Yeah, we going through
It's
stuff
together.
all the time.
But I want you guys to really understand that maybe starting off with counts, because you got to fix yourself.
So
before you can
let me
fix the
let me
situation.
let me put a pin on this right quick.
No, did you hear what I
Yeah,
just said?
yeah. But see, one thing about counseling, people don't want to recognize their vulnerable insecuritiness, should I say, in their own being.
Mhm.
And so I have to tell somebody that I'm weak in this area or I'm insecure in this area. That's a difficult thing to do, especially for a male.
I don't know. For me, I like the idea because I try to hide my insecurities to everybody.
Yeah, so that's
So
the
I
same
like going to
effect.
one person and spill it all. Who can't tell anybody? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
so-
that is, I like that. But I do think that, but again, that's still trying to control. And it may come off a little, I love you guys.
Mhm.
It may come off a little harsh, but you're still trying to control your brokenness, your unhealed foolishness.
Right,
Because you can't get past
right.
that little boy or that
Yeah.
little girl if you're unable to talk about it. And you
Right.
need to talk to someone that is trained to help you,
Mhm.
because you got a little bitty child, because now we're going back to
Mhm.
motherhood and
Mhm.
parenting. You got a little bitty child that you're responsible to bring up to be whole,
Mhm.
and you still haven't done anything to get yourself together. So you're
Right.
going to spend 18 years
Mhm.
of rearing this child with all of your brokenness and foolishness
Mhm.
that you've been so selfish, that you're so selfish, you're still unwilling to
Mhm.
go check that stuff because of pride.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's foolishness.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna raise
they
the
do it.
child up to smoke weed and drink. 'Cause that's what you do.
Yeah.
And so now your child, you boy, get you some, get you a taste and go take your butt to bed somewhere.
Yeah.
And so now you putting all those.
Generation.
Let's keep it real.
And
Let's
that's
keep
what
it real.
turns
Let's
into
keep it real.
generational curses.
Yes.
You know, that pride will kill you, and pride will kill a generation.
Mhm.
Pride will kill your children, just because, but it's so much easier said than done,
It is.
because you have to unlearn what you've learned in order to even get to that place.
But the unlearning what you've learned, it has to start at some point. And you can't keep saying that I got this when you're still being just as,
But you don't know
But
that,
you-
baby. You don't even know that.
Because
you
they-
know it because
You walking in, sometimes most of us are walking in this thing called life, and don't know that we jacked up from the floor
I
up,
100%
and we just
disagree.
walking around here just like we just got it all together. I'm doing the right thing.
No, I disagree.
Right.
I'm
supposed to carry this burden. I'm supposed to.
I'm disagreeing with you
I'm
guys.
disagreeing with you
Oh, well,
because you see the problem with me. You see a problem with me. I don't see no problem with
I
me.
know that.
So-
That's why I'm
Right.
But
And that's
what
where
I'm
it's at.
saying, well, here's where I say I disagree. I know, and everybody in your own quiet moments,
Mhm.
you have those conversations. You know the person on the inside. You feel that unhappiness. You
Mhm.
feel like, why do I always end up at this place when I have and I'm just trying to show love, or I'm just trying to be
Mhm.
nice to some. You understand what I'm saying? You know.
Mhm.
So the only way you can check those emotions, you got to go to somebody. Or
You okay? So if I go to you and I tell you, okay, Val, why do you always have to react
Mhm.
to situations versus just taking time to just hear the situation out and then
Okay, I'm glad you put it on Val,
Yeah.
because here's the reason why. Even when you come to me and you say, even when I didn't want to own
Mhm.
what I was doing,
Mhm.
I still heard and I knew what he was saying was
Mhm.
true.
Okay.
Over time, as it continues, you
Mhm.
start to check. You know, you got to own. You got
Mhm.
some issues.
Yeah.
You got some issues, because you can't just keep ignoring
Mhm.
what's going on. Coach Bree, I know you're out there. I need you to give us some comments on that. I need you to give some therapy on that.
All right.
All right, then.
Okay, y'all heard Sister Carter and Brother Carter issues. What's yours?
Come on now. Give us some. We're going to get a couple of questions in here, and then I'm going to come back with some of these I have
Yes.
for us. You ready?
We have some from Joseph on Facebook. Did you ever question someone else's parenting?
Yes.
Wow.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Go ahead.
I mean, of course, as a parent, when you see another parent like doing something that's completely wrong to a child, or they're just not doing it in the right manner, you're gonna question it.
But is it right in your manner, or is it right? It's really not right.
It's just really not right.
Okay. Yeah, you have.
Yeah, everybody's gonna do stuff differently, okay. But
Yeah.
when it's wrong, like, you're gonna say, why are you
Yeah.
doing it?
Okay. So
Like that little kid in the grocery store just hollering and crying all loud and everything.
Take it
And
home.
she ain't do it.
Take it. She
ain't
sitting
do
there like
nothing.
she tuning out, and that baby
she
done
just
pulled,
walking around,
knocked
and
all
I'm
the
ready
candy.
to just grab the kid and just
Or even when they have kids, like, for instance, a friend of a friend, she had a kid, and she had a son, and I think we were about the same age when we had our kids. And she used to be so hard on him. I mean, just like handle him like he was
a
in
grown
prison,
man.
like he was a grown man, in the way that she talked to him and everything. And my friend actually told her, like, you have to be careful with how you treat him, because you're going to raise him to be this rebel. Like, you think you're helping him and protecting him to be the strong man, but you actually doing the opposite. Like, you raising up a pit bull.
Yes.
And he's going to attack.
Yes.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
love that.
It was insane.
I love that.
Mhm.
Okay, Anna, any more?
Madeline on Facebook. When you guys had your baby for the first time on your lap, what was your first thought as a mother?
Oh, wow.
good question.
That was an excellent question.
Ooh, I'm grown.
That's what you thought?
Yeah.
I'm grown.
Mhm.
Okay, what did you think?
You thought you was grown because you had a
Because I
child?
was a child.
She was a child. That's what a child
That was your
thinks.
first thought. I'm
Yeah,
grown.
Yes.
Mhm.
Wow.
What did you
Okay.
I just didn't want to drop her or break her. Like she's so tiny, right? Like I'm just like, oh God, I gotta be so careful.
And
And I'm not a small girl, so I'm like, this baby's so tiny.
I was petrified. I had so many emotions of, I felt like a failure. At the same time, I had pride.
Mhm.
I was ashamed. At the same time, I was happy. When I looked at my child, all I wanted to do was give him the best, but I was so ill-equipped. I felt so alone. That's the truth.
Let me clarify why I say that my first initial thought was I was grown.
No,
Because my mom had just had a daughter 5 years prior to that.
Mhm.
And so me being the oldest, I was always the inside babysitter.
Mhm.
So I couldn't do a lot of things because I was babysitting. Everybody knew it. I still did
Mhm.
things. And so I used to think in my mind as a kid, like, okay, I'm gonna go have my own baby so I don't have to deal with this and I can just be grown and don't have to listen to my mother
Mhm.
and be controlled in this manner.
Mhm.
So that's why when I had my own kid, I was already kind of conditioned and prepared for it
Yeah.
because I used to nurture her a lot. And my little
Right.
sister today, she's 24. She would always say, Christina's like my other mother.
Yeah.
She was a mother to me.
Mhm.
And so when I had my own, it was like, okay, I'm grown now.
That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
that's why I had that
Okay.
thought pattern.
I love that.
All right. Thank you for clearing that up.
Right. I know people like, wait, what?
Go ahead.
I just have a question for you, Christina. Do you think kind of playing that maternal role like prepared you, or do you think
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I was conditioned to sleeping with a baby sometimes,
Mhm.
feeding a bottle, and doing this type of stuff.
You've
And
been doing this
just
prior
nurturing.
to.
Yeah, I was already doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
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 Wow.
One more question from Bertha on Facebook. What is the most challenging?
Wait. Hold on one second. You've been all on Facebook, but we're gonna come over to YouTube because my people's over on YouTube. But go ahead and give
We have
Facebook
we have more comments from
whatever,
YouTube,
we
but
gonna-
not
that's okay,
a
keep
question
going,
yet.
whatever,
All right.
whatever.
Rosemary saying, looking at your child with a warm heart and a happy cry is the best thing in the world.
Go back to Facebook. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Although we do have a question from YouTube from Steven. What do you think when some parents use abuse language as a term of giving lessons to their child?
It's degrading.
It is not parenting.
No.
That's not parenting. That shouldn't even be in the vocabulary.
You're doing a complete opposite of what you're thinking you're doing.
Yes. So go ahead, jump in.
I just wanted to add to that because I've had this conversation with some friends before, and even my mom. I think a lot of people go into because anybody can become pregnant, right? And like you don't have to necessarily prepare, like pass some sort of test to become a parent.
Mhm.
And so I think a lot of people go into it thinking that this person's gonna like love me unconditionally, which that's not a child's job, that's a parent's job.
Mhm.
And they think that they can like say whatever they want and do whatever they want and like boss this kid around and like then that child is going to grow up to resent that parent.
Correct.
And I think a lot of parents don't really go into parenting for the right reasons, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I love that you said that because, and I can only speak of the younger version, an 18-year-old,
Mhm.
there was no reason going into it. It
Mhm.
happened,
Exactly.
And then there are some that have it because you don't want to lose out. You think that mindset, you think that you're going to hold on to that man. And that's even some older women today are still doing that. You're thinking that you're going to hold that man by bringing a child. A man does not bond
No.
by
Yeah.
a child.
And some people think that children are their servants. I remember growing up playing outside and Moses, come in here. And I come in the house. And I gotta go change the television channel.
Right.
For the
Yes.
mom.
Yes.
Like, come on, man. You
Yes.
call me way in here to turn the TV.
I do that to my son now just for the fun of it. I was like, that's what you have children for. To do that. He's like,
I
what?
told Abby that story. My dad, like, come here. What? He's like, turn that up. Okay, what's happening? He's like, that's it. You can go.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
Yeah, I want them to wash the dishes. Now I don't have to wash dishes no more. I have a child now. Wash
So
the
do
dishes.
you? But is that parenting or is
Yeah,
that?
that's good parenting right there.
No. We're not going to make light of what the journey of parenting, but it evolves.
Yeah.
And so talking on down to it evolving to now our children are adults. We talk about all the little stuff that happened along the way that was really big stuff. Let's talk about when they get into that adulthood and how does that journey look like to you as mothers? Remember when your child first turned 18 or that child left home. We're going to take a break. We're going to come
Thank you.
back and talk about what does it look like when that child left home? How did you feel? What was that journey like?
All right. So Before we move on to our conversation, I do want to give some quick shout outs because we have a lot of stuff going on. As you guys know, we have the Love and Victory Show with Val. We have LV with Val Radio. But we also have a nonprofit called L&V Enterprises Resources Incorporated. And right now we are doing we're running a Christmas toy drive. And we are going to donate all of those presents to Depelchin, which is an organization that helps out children who have been maybe displaced or are maybe living in poverty and just children that need a little extra love on Christmas.
Family members as well.
Family members
I was
as well.
going to say the Belgian have more than just children.
Yes, it does.
They have families.
It has family, but we're going to focus on the children.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we are giving these toys to kids in need. So
Yes, so we're going to play a quick video that tells you guys a little bit more about that toy drive.
Good morning. This is Brother Carter with Tasteful and Toxic. L&V Enterprise Resources, Inc. is a nonprofit organization reared and geared to help those that are less fortunate. And so Tasteful and Toxic is partnering with L&V Enterprise Resource Inc. and we need your support. If you'd like to support the initiative that we're creating here, bring your toys to 616 FM 1960 West at Suite 101. And you can bring your toys into that place. If you don't want to drop toys off at the location, you can always go to the website at lverinc.com. You can make a generous donation right there. That would also go to apply to help the kids in need. You have up to December the 13th to bring in the toys. L&V Resources Inc. is the Helping Hands community. So with our hands and your hands together, we can make this work. So God bless you. We love you. We thank you for your support. This is Brother Carter from Tasteful and Toxic.
my baby right there. You look good. Y'all know y'all need to donate after a video like that.
Yeah.
Man, I need your signature.
I'm going to donate twice.
I know.
Yes, and I know we have a lot of listeners because we asked people where they were from. We have a lot of listeners from out of state. That is quite all right. You can make a donation to the cause at lverinc.com. There's a little donate button there at the top. Anything helps because we really want to make an impact on these kids and on these families, just to help make a difference in the community.
All righty.
Yeah.
And then
We have another shout out?
yes, we have another one. So to help fund this toy drive, we are also doing a bowling event. So we're going to play a quick video for the bowling event to tell you guys a little bit more, and then we'll talk about that.
Come join us for an afternoon of competition and fun. On December 3rd, L&V Enterprises Resources Incorporated will be hosting a bowling and brunch event. Included in your ticket is the lane for bowling, bowling shoes, food, and drinks. This is a family-friendly event, so please bring your kids. All proceeds from this event will help fund the L&V Christmas Toy Drive. For more information on this event and to donate to the cause, please visit lverinc.com.
All right, so more of that information is there on the screen right now. But yes, we are hosting a bowling and brunch event, a fundraiser, if you will. And if you go and if you scan that QR code right there, it's going to take you to the page to purchase tickets. We also have a promo code Toy Drive to get you $5 off your ticket. That is a very limited discount code. We only have a few of those. So go ahead and get your tickets and support us on the bowling and brunch event.
And real quick, last but not least.
Yes, last but not least.
But
of
before you
course-
move on from that, you said there's a limit, right? To
Yes.
purchase the tickets?
Yes.
Will it cut off at some point?
We
Uh,
manage it on this end.
Oh.
Yeah, the event will sell out once
Yes.
the event. It just won't let
Okay.
you
It won't
use the
let you.
coupon code, and won't let you purchase anymore once we
all
sell
right,
out.
right.
So yes, please support the bowling and brunch event. And now, lastly, of course, we
But not
have,
least.
but not least,
'Cause I know you couldn't wait to get to this.
Oh, they can't wait. They can't wait.
our lovely Valerie Carter is running in the Fab Over 40 event with new beauty Beauty Magazine.
Yes, and I've made it to the top 5.
Yes.
now.
Give her a big round of
Congratulations.
applause.
Okay, look, Christina. So
I'm going to vote right now because you vote every day.
Every day.
You can
It's
vote.
free.
You can vote every day. You get one free vote a day. The link is in our Instagram bio, so it'll take you right there. It's also on Facebook as well. It'll take you right to the voting page.
Can y'all put that up there? Run
Yes,
that
we'll
real
put up
quick.
that QR of
She
the
just,
video.
run her
let's put
video.
that vi-
She
run
wanna
that
run her
video. Run.
If you know anything about Valerie, then you know she doesn't like to sit still for very long. So when an opportunity presented itself, she went for it. Valerie is now entered in New Beauty Magazine's Fab Over 40 competition. The winner will receive a glamorous 2-page spread in New Beauty Magazine, $40,000, and a dream spa vacation. Voting begins on October 9th, so help us win. No one is more fun, fierce, or fabulous than Valerie, so be sure to vote for her.
Guys. Okay, guys. All right. Come on, keep doing it. I want you guys to know how much it just like
Like
that.
5 seconds.
Well, wait. I'm gonna let Christina. Come on. What you said, Christina?
Just like that, 5 seconds. You just click the link. You log into Facebook or you log in with a credit card, but you could do Facebook to do a free vote. If
Mhm.
you want to be generous, you can donate to vote, and
Because it goes to breast cancer.
absolutely. So it's a
Mhm.
great charity to donate to.
Yeah.
But you have a free vote, and you can do
Every
it
day.
every day, once every day. I try to remind myself every morning.
You
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I do.
That's when you know you
You
have.
need to get on the group text then.
That's a
Send the
good.
group
Oh,
text
she's
out.
in one.
I'm in one.
She's in
Okay.
one. Oh, that's when you have your good Judies. Thank you guys so much. Again, I can't do this without you all. I don't take it lightly for my friends and my family.
And she can't vote for herself.
I can't
so
vote
it's
for
up to
myself.
us.
It's
Yeah.
show me how much you love me.
Yes.
And if
Okay.
you do make a donation, all of that goes to breast cancer research. So
Yeah.
it goes to a good cause if you do choose to make a donation with your vote.
Right.
Yes.
And then I have a few quick more shout outs and then we'll move right on.
Okay.
And
So-
actually, when you purchase more votes, that's actually buying votes.
Well,
Exactly.
So your generous contribution go to more votes for her. I think you get 2 for 1 if
no,
you're going in.
it's a certain time you get 2 for 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll put that out there too. So it's usually like the last day before they close out. I'm noticing before they close out for the final round.
Right now it's 2 times the votes.
Right
Oh,
now.
right now.
Right now.
Oh,
it's 2
look,
times the
y'all,
votes.
go vote. So if you do the free vote, instead of it being 1 vote, it is 2 votes.
Oh my God.
So go do today. Do today. Do today. Do today. Do today.
She just did it. She just gave you.
There you go.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Everybody log on. You can all do it.
Right
Yeah,
now.
it's gonna jump up right now.
You're right now.
How many
All
viewers?
right.
800 viewers.
There you go. No, we got a 12 for 1,200
1300.
Right now?
right now.
So
1,300
that's what, 2,600 votes.
There you go.
Come
Everybody
on
do it
now.
right now.
If
God.
everybody did that vote right now, that's how many?
2,600.
Come on now, get
And
busy.
it don't cost you
And
nothing.
it don't cost
Nothing.
you nothing. That's free.
Those are the free votes.
Yes.
I also have a big announcement because we reached a really big milestone this week, and that is that we have 8,000 subscribers on our
8,000
YouTube channel.
subscribers.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I
We
tell,
Go ahead. What were we going to say?
I tell you, this is nobody but God. I know you guys look at I'm sorry, I keep jumping in here and wanting to talk, but I'm so excited because this is truly God's journey.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know you guys look at subscribers out there that have 1 million, they have 500, 200,000, all of that. And you're like, oh, just 8,000. Let me tell you something.
Mhm.
This is like 1 million to me. If you knew
Mhm.
where we
Yeah.
started, sight
Mhm.
unseen, God whispering something in my ear, not even having an idea that
Mhm.
this is the platform that I was going to be on, that I was going to be
Mhm.
doing. I am not a person that like to be out front. This guy here is a natural entertainer, and God called me to do it. And
Mhm.
so this 8,000
Mhm.
feels like 8 million to me.
Mhm.
So keep on subscribing, liking, following. Oh my God, this
Mhm.
journey is unbelievable.
Yeah.
God's hand
Yes.
is all over.
And on behalf of Val and the Love and Victory Show with Val, we want to thank each and every one of you, all 8,000 subscribers. We want to thank you all. God bless you. We love you. May God bless these United States of America.
And our goal, and I totally think it's doable. We want to get to 10,000 by the end of the year.
Yes.
So you have a month and a half, a
Yeah.
little more than that. So
Mhm.
tell your friends, post it on Facebook, let
Yes.
us know.
Vote for Valerie, 2 for 1.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And don't forget our event. We got a lot going on.
We got
Get
a lot going.
16,000 votes today if all your subscribers did.
You know what? Come on,
What is it?
get busy.
She's got 8,000
I got
subscribers.
8,000 subscribers.
I say if they all
There
did
you go. If y'all go vote for me today, y'all know what that means. I love you guys.
16,000, it's 2 for 1.
Okay, I got to get this show back on track, and I got to answer. We got to talk about what was that question
We
that I
gotta-
told you to
we gotta-
pin up.
You
We
were
got-
you were saying that we're talking about the journey of motherhood.
Yes.
So let's talk about that journey, kind of when your child becomes an adult, and how does your role change as a mother?
and I asked when the question. Thank you for bringing that back to my remembrance.
Mhm.
What happens when that child is now leaving home?
Mhm.
It's been you and your baby that bond, and now you've made it through the journey of, I don't know how to do this. Am I
Mhm.
making a mistake? And I finally got on track. I got it right. Now they're leaving home.
Yeah.
That empty nester.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that journey gonna be different for
What
everybody.
we talking to the mamas. I got this here right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to the mamas because we know
Well,
what
there's
that
a lot
feels.
of mamas out there.
I
out
know.
of the
I-
1,800 folks
I
out
don't
there,
know.
so-
I know, baby. Come on,
Okay.
baby. Come on, baby.
All right, go ahead.
So I want us as moms, please, let's talk about what that journey felt like for you when your baby left home for the first time.
All right.
Come on.
But it's new for me because mine just left home.
But that day, let's talk about
Yes.
that day
Yeah.
when
it
that
was-
baby left home.
I don't know. It was just so weird. Like it was happening, but my mind was not catching up to what was actually going on
Mhm.
until I was able to sit in it, and it's like, okay, he's not coming back right now.
Mhm.
He's gone to school, like he's on his own every day. And
You
it's
can't
like,
go
oh,
remind him to do this.
to do this and do that, but I did find peace and rest in what I taught him. It's like trust in the house that you built,
Ooh.
and
Come
it's
on now.
like, even if it don't show up right then, just know that he'll
Right.
get it. Like he'll get emotion. He'll start to remember some of the things that I was teaching him. But it was hard for me personally not to have that level of control, and that level of, if you mess up, I'm here to straighten you out.
Yeah.
And then just that everyday access to him. What you doing? Are you doing this? Are you okay? Hey, come, let's talk. Cause it's just me and him in the house,
Mhm.
so it was a lot for me. And I've had to learn too, not to call him every day.
Fall back.
To fall back a little bit.
Mhm.
Oh my God, that's so hard.
Ooh.
But you have to do it, because
Yes.
they have to find their independency. They have to find their own little stride,
Yeah.
especially
They
when
got to get out the nest and learn how to fly and eat their own worms and all this kind of
exactly, especially when going to
Oh.
college.
See
It's
that,
just
see
like,
that daddy? That daddy say eat their own worms. Because a mama would never say, baby, eat your worms.
Yeah.
Before you eat some worms, we going to find some fruit.
Mama been getting the word for him. Now it's time for him to fly and get his own.
But we never gave him worm. We going to find something.
Okay, you
Let's go.
looking at the word worm
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, we
And,
do.
it's
I
a
know.
figuratory.
I know.
It's a figuratory.
Dictionary. Adding that to the Brother Carter dictionary today.
Okay, so I want to ask you.
I thought so when I was married, we kind of like looked forward to that day, right? Like,
Mhm.
she's gonna go off to school and we're gonna go travel, and
Yeah.
do whatever we want because
Mhm.
we're empty nesters. But then that didn't happen. So when she left, it was just her and I, and so it was very sad for me, right? Because then I was empty,
Empty,
only
empty,
me,
huh?
empty.
right.
And I know you all know she's bossy, right? So anyway, so
Yeah, nobody
she-
the boss.
yeah. So she went off, right? So she was already kind of like, she went off to college and, I talked to her every day and whatever. And then she came home and she started yelling at me because she opened the fridge. She's like, there's no food here. What is wrong with
Yeah.
you?
Her parenting. She,
Oh, yeah,
she
she's
didn't do anything
She's
right. She
like,
didn't do anything
Yeah.
right.
She goes, what are you doing? Have you lost weight? She's like, I can't go to college and worry about you. Okay, right? Like, I've been eating out. None of it's your business, but So I was like, okay. So I stopped.
So the roles
I
that
stopped
switch.
calling her every
Yeah.
day, right? I
Yeah.
was like, okay, let me. Then it's, where you been? You got friends? You don't care about me anymore?
So it was completely.
Oh, she literally, she was like, I don't understand what you're doing.
She don't have a lack of words toward you. And,
No, she's great. But it was
she don't lack expressing her feelings. Should I say.
Abigail, you know her, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say how that journey was for me. The first time, one of mine, I have 5, left home. It was, when I tell you, it was a different emotion with all of them. But that first time, it was like, are they ready? I'm gonna come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get to you? And
So you're still in protective mode.
still in protective mode. And so then, thank you, baby. I remember when my son left and he went into the military and we had the war. It was the Iraq war.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally thought I was going to lose my mind because I couldn't get to him. All of this is going on. My firstborn son is gone and all these things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one day, Brother Carter had to take me away. So he took me home to Louisiana just so I can kind of clear my mind a little bit and just kind of, he thought, detached from all the news and everything that was going on. And I literally, as we're there, I'm trying to plot in my head how I can ship my body to Iraq to go get my child and figure out how to get him back. Literally, I couldn't talk to anyone because I was so broken. All I wanted to do was go save my child. So I don't think that you ever get to a place as a mother that you let go, because I think about even as they're 30. I think the youngest now is 32, 31. I don't know the age. And then the oldest is like 42. And so, but I don't think you stop.
No, you don't. You always stay ready. You always
ready. It's
like that,
you
just in
call,
case they
I'm
call,
there.
I got to run.
Yeah, and this is the thing that Brother Carter does so well. And
What I do well.
Baby, you will, if you need him, leave a message because it's going to go to voicemail. And then he takes the time when he's going to listen to it. He can kind of control how his emotions is. For me, I'm unready. And so I think that's that motherhood.
Yeah, I was glad when they left the house. I don't know about you.
You were glad. Were you?
I was glad. But I do want to say this here because there are different feelings amongst different mothers and parents, should I say, because all children didn't come out to be doing well like your children have.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of parents out there, their child
may be challenging.
Very, very challenged. And so what I'm hearing from you guys is that you're pretty proud of your child. And what you did, and you have to take some kind of pride in that when you have a child that come out and doing great things in life. So you should have a certain level of just, I'm proud of that child. But there are a lot of parents out there that cannot say that toward their child. So what do you say to that mother that's out there that have a child that's on drugs, in and out of jail, all of these things? We got a whole lot of mothers out there that have some very disappointing type of situations in their lives, and they did the best they could with the children. Because
some of them have multiple children, and only one's doing that.
Yeah,
not
all of them doing it.
I think all of them might be a parenting problem.
Yeah, before I finish though, I just want to say to the mothers out there and to the parents out there, it's not necessarily that you did a bad job.
That's right.
No,
raising your child.
You didn't.
No.
Because I think back in the history of life, you think back to some of the great people of the world today, some of the Booker T. Washingtons and, these great figures that came up in the world, and their parents barely had a third grade education. And they became great figures in life.
Yes.
And then you have some people that were educators and pastors and preachers, and their children
Yeah.
turn out to be the worst children.
Right.
And so
What would you say?
to say, I'm saying that to say this. Do the best you can as far as raising your children. We don't have a quote unquote, I guess, some kind of blueprint on how it's going to turn out at the end.
For this child, right?
Yeah.
But
So
you asked the question, and I do want to say that.
I was going somewhere, but I need somebody to help me.
Okay, we going there, but you asked the question, what do you say to the parent that child that little baby that you carried and then you put in your arms, and you had every parent has the aspiration that their child is going to be that great person. And you do the best that you can do because there's no blueprint. What do you say to that mother, our parent, that child did not turn out to be what you initially inspired for them to be, whether it's because of some of your actions or none of your actions? Well, they're still your child. You're still going to love your child. You're still going to want the best and hope the best for your child. Don't give up on God's greatness. Through that situation, in my heart of hearts, the story is not written. It's not written, and it's not over until the end.
Yes.
So don't give up on your child. I'm going to say this. I love you so much because we're so transparent. We have a child that is
many of us do.
Well, we have a child that is going through, and he has a true testament that is going to be a true blessing to someone. And there is no devil in hell that's going to make me give up on my child or make me not know that he's not going to be something great one day. So if you're here as a mother and you get tired and you're like, okay, when is it going to stop? It's going to stop when God says it's going to stop. And I literally had to take my hands and my control off of it. It does not mean that I don't love. I had to stop trying to fix it. So if I can give any words to any mother that is listening that can hear my voice, give it to God. Take your hands out of it and trust God that he got it, because God has already shown me what my son, and I'm calling your name out today, Jason, if you hear me, God has already shown me. It's going to be all
Thank
right.
God. Thank God for testimony there, because there's a lot of parents out there that experience some of the same things that we are experiencing. And so I'm glad you said that when you have these children that are wayward and doing things that are contrary to the way you wanted them, contrary to the way you raised them. And there's many of us out there, don't give up on your child. He may have stolen things from you. He may have said some things that are unruly to you. But don't give up on your child. It's still your child at the end of the day. So
if you give up,
he just a loss. So he or she, because there's a lot of she's out there.
If you give up, please hear me. If you give up, where's the hope? As a mother, as a father, the words that I'm going to leave with, and I'm going to let Brother Carter, as he go around the room, close out for everybody, close out. But I'm going to say this. If you give up on your child, the child that God blessed you with, then what is that child to become? And whether that child is a minor or 50 years old, that's still your child. Never give up. That's my last word.
I just have to say I saw firsthand, and that's one thing that I learned from my mother, because she always was just an extra nurturer. And something happened with my brother. He's a year and a half younger than me. He went on a bad acid trip, and right before that, he lost a baby. His girlfriend was pregnant and lost a baby, and it took a toll on him more than we imagined. So he went on this acid trip, and people know about acid. Like he literally lost his mind. And I seen him become a demon, literally physically, the way that he would act out and just, just raging, like just tormenting things. And my mom always stayed grounded in, this is God's child. God is great. So God gave me greatness. He's destined for greatness. Yeah. And she stood on that. And I'm just raging like, oh my God, I can't believe he's doing this. And it's just like, I gave up on him, but I remember myself one day just walking, talking with God and just praying for him, because now he has a second baby that's coming. That's a boy. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, if this child go in the same direction as him, if this demon here raised this child, all hell is going to break loose. So I was praying for him, but I was doing just as my mother was. Because one thing, she never gave up on him and she never spoke ill of him. I don't care how bad he was. And she used to see him literally manifest in front of her eyes. And she would still speak well of him. She would still try to talk to him, minister to him.
Words. The beginning was the word, baby.
It's the
Your
word.
mama understood.
It's the word. Right. It's the word. And I had to learn that. And so she called on whoever she could call on, every prayer line. I need you to pray for me. And my mom is a prayer warrior. But when I tell you, change came. One time my brother called her at 5 a.m. and was like, Ma, I can't close my eyes. I see thousands of demons around me. That's why I'm so big in demonology, because it's real. And so he was like, I can't go to sleep. And so she was like, just pray and just call her. She was just like, just call her Jesus. And he started doing it, and it's just like he could see it change. And so as days was going on, like he was listening to the certain person, I think it's John Eckhart, and he had a deliverance ministry. And so he had this certain prayer you pray, and he was literally delivering himself. And so my cousin talked to my mom and was like, oh, Jordan, he just threw up everywhere, like projectile threw up. And was like, something came out of him. And my mom was like, that's deliverance. And he was like, something came out of him. And when I tell you, to this day, in little to no time, my brother is that nurturing mother to his son.
Yeah, God bless, man.
And he's just a whole nother person. Like he's the true Jordan that he was before. Like it's insane. Like, and it's like, okay, God, you're real. Like
change can happen.
Yes, change can literally. I don't care how bad they are.
Yeah,
I don't care what they're going through. You better believe God. You better trust God, and you better just pray that word and speak that word over them. Call whoever you need to help to pray for them.
Right.
And you just go from there.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Go ahead.
Well, we're talking about a journey to. The journey to motherhood today, and I think this show has really ended on a very positive note. And so, having said that, I hope you mothers and parents out there just really hold on to your children. Those of you that have children that are doing well for themselves, continue to encourage them that they may not fall to the divers, temptation. And those of us that have, all of us have children that do well and do some that don't do so well, should I say. And so for the ones that don't do so well, we need to continue to embrace them, continue to love them, and continue to let them know, speak positively into their lives. And we need to stop the negative conversations that take place when our children are not doing well, because I know a lot of parents out there that are, that boy ain't gonna, that girl ain't it. No, stop that.
And the other thing, and if you don't mind me saying, if you don't have those that are claiming to care, if you don't have anything positive to pour back into that parent that have a child out, they know what their child is doing. If you don't have something positive to pour back in, keep your comments in your conversation, because bringing that back in is not helping the situation. It's only hurting them. So let's just share more love out there. That's what we do here at the Love and Victory Show. And baby, can you let them, I told you I wasn't saying nothing else. Let them close out.
Yeah. So when we closing out, I just want to send a salute out to my veteran brothers and sisters out there once again. Happy Veterans Day to you all. God bless you. God bless these United States of America, and continue your good work. Thank you for your service. We love you. So, Jennifer Barnes.
Yes, sir.
You have any closing
I
remarks for the
do.
people?
I just want to say that also when your kids are doing well,
Mhm.
or they don't always think they're doing well. You never really know, right?
Mhm.
Or you think you could be doing better.
Mhm.
And I just want to say that you should reinforce when your children are doing really well and that you're
Mhm.
super duper proud of them
Mhm. Let
and
'em
that
know.
you love them every day. And
Yes.
I know sometimes it's weird because she lives with me again.
Mhm.
And I think people look at it in a certain way. She lives with me because I need help.
Yeah. Well, see, she's not your daughter. That's your little sister.
She's my,
Yes.
that's right.
She's
Yeah.
evolved. That relationship has evolved.
It has. And also, she's doing to better herself.
Right.
So that she can concentrate on her career, on
Yeah.
her hobbies and this and that, and not have to worry so much about financial aspects, right?
Yeah.
And also because her mother needs help.
Yeah.
Right.
I love you, Abby.
I would like to say my closing remarks is when it comes to your kids, trust the house that you built.
Mm.
Of course, you
I
may
like
be
that.
preaching to them, over and
Mhm.
over and over. Don't believe that it's falling on deaf ears because it's not.
Mhm.
Because your words are seeds and they are
Mhm.
taking root. You plant the seeds. Somebody's going to come along and water, and God will definitely give the increase. And you just have to trust the process as a parent.
Amen.
yeah.
Amen. Say it for me, Val. Train up a child.
Train up a child in the way they should go, and they shall not
She's so
depart.
eloquent.
Yes, and I have to thank you so much because that is so true.
Yeah.
I thank both of you all. I thank you, Brother Carter,
Mhm.
but I thank these ladies, these
Yeah.
mothers, for really stepping up and showing up today and being vulnerable and really being open
Mhm.
to want to be a blessing to someone else. We never know what people are going through. Sometimes you see this shell and this shell looks like it's all together,
Mhm.
but that shell is just pressing through,
Mhm.
and that's when I started to show off talking about I had to really take some time for me this week.
For sure.
Mhm.
So I want to end this show with this week coming up. Take some time for you. Choose you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Again, you can catch us every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And until next time, if everybody can look at the camera and tell our people we love you and goodbye.
Bye.